Hello again, a kind of Sunday project, I want to make it clear for me, first of all, and of course for you, if you feel interested about how much a regular phone, can deliver at the output. Let's say I want to use this phone to drive an amplifier, a power amplifier, or anything, something like this. Or if you remember the 500 watts Class D, I had a video about that a few years ago. One of the comments was really clever, because that amplifier in Class D, that should be attacked with 1.5 volts audio signal. Now I have this little oscilloscope and I just want to clear myself how much signal a phone, in my case Huawei phone, I have a signal generator here installed. We should see how much signal or output level can a phone deliver. Let's take a look at what Wikipedia is saying. You see the levels here. The output level should match a 600 ohm impedance. 1 volt RMS means 0 dB. We have to understand that consumer audio, that means also a mobile phone output, it's around minus 10 dB, and that means peak to peak 0.894 volts. This is not enough for attack. A power amplifier usually needs 1.5 volts, 0 dB at least. Okay, what I'm trying to say, that the professional audio means console mixers, preamps, output, microphone preamps and so on, they usually deliver a much higher signal. It's plus 4 dB and peak to peak 3.472 volts. But we have to look at this number here, 1.228. So it's much closer to 1.5 power amplifier needs. That was my mistake when I was testing the Class D amplifier a few years ago. The level from the mobile phone wasn't enough to drive that amplifier. There is another rule, the output should be around 600 ohms, and usually the input, the amplifier input or preamp or so on, it should be around 10 kilo ohms. For having this 600 ohm, like the rule says, I have a 680 ohms resistor right here, and I will get this in the circuit for a proper measurement. Here I have my phone, and let's pick classic, I may say, frequency of 1000 Hertz, and let it run. We are at full volume, maximum volume I can get. To prove that, I can connect my headphones in parallel here. Yeah? You can hear that very easy. Let's check the numbers. Waiting for the oscilloscope to find the best measurement, and look there, people, we don't even pass a maximum of 0.15 volts, peak to peak 0.32. So now I know that my phone is delivering less than 10 dB, so it will be around I don't know, maybe minus 15 dB or something. So we have a RMS of 0.11. I needed 10 times more voltage to really drive an amplifier. So this is the level from my phone. I can't take it higher, I can't do anything about. Let's try another frequency. Let's try 5. Same story. Let's try 13. Exactly the same. 100 Hertz. Absolutely the same. So on 600 ohms, this is how much I can get. Alright, let's move now to my sound card. Here I have a adapter. I'm using the headphones output because I have a better signal or higher signal. And now I can go online and check for something like this. Let's have this on 1000 Hertz, like before, 50% volume, from the computer, and the general volume it's 100. Here we are on 0, and let's play 1000 Hertz. There's the sound card there, the output, and let's check the oscilloscope. And there we go. A lot of better signal. Yes, we are on 200 millivolt scale and rising. I think I'm going manually here to 5 volts. Okay, so let's push the volume and look there how much I can get from the sound card with a volume around 8 and 50% here. Let's put everything at 100%. 100 here and 100 output here. And in this case, I have a maximum of Vmax 4.07, RMS 2.85, and peak to peak 8.10 volts. Obviously, it's a lot of signal here. But now let's say I need 1.5 volts. There we have 1.5 volts. So I can have a kind of using my sound card output for feeding an amplifier to see exactly the right levels and so on. So far what I found is that a mobile phone or MP3 player or any small devices like that doesn't have enough power or level, let's say voltage or dBs, decibels, to have a proper signal for a power amplifier. All we need is a preamplifier, at least 10 times preamp, which takes the low level signal and amplify it to a certain level to have the maximum transfer and a proper wattage or power output from the amplifier. So now we have a peak to peak of 8.10 volts. Let me see if I can find how many dBs are. Okay, voltage, let's go like that. 8.1, RMS 2.8, yeah, absolutely. Impedance 600 ohms. And in this case, I have 11.35 dBm, around 13.6 milliwatts. Plenty of power to attack any kind of power amplifier. But anyway, let's consider 1.5 volts. So we'll have 0.46 milliwatts minus 3.2 dB. In my first situation, I had only 0.15, was it? So from the phone with maximum output and everything, I have VPP 0.22, RMS 0.07 volts, and that means peak to peak 0.26. And here we have, exactly like I said, almost minus 18 dB. Well, I said minus 20. I was almost there. So to be clear, my phone, at least this particular model, can't supply enough signal for a power amplifier. If I use the headphones, I swear you can't keep them on your ears. It's way loud. Okay, so that's it, our little Sunday project. It's nice to have a little guy like this. It's very useful, doesn't cost much, and it's perfect for audio. And I really recommend this. It's FNIR C138 Pro. You can put it in your pocket and you can do all kinds of tests in the field. So yes, then you can have a really good idea about powers and signals and so on. See you soon with some other projects. In the meantime, please like, please subscribe, and of course, have fun. Bye bye.